I'm Mary Jo Spence. I was one of the co-leaders to Boca Chica, Colombia on the medical missions trip that just returned in March. We were there supporting our North Heights missionaries, Karen and Jorge Silva, by providing medical clinics for 4.5 days. We saw about 480 patients during that time.
When I first started thinking about this missions trip, I have to admit I was apprehensive. I am a human resources professional by background, so really have very limited medical experience, and this was a medical missions trip. So I thought, Lord, can you use me on a medical missions trip?
Part of the motivation for this clinic is the inadequate amount of healthcare on the island. There is a government-run clinic, but they lack the proper resources to really care for the people on the island.
I said, Lord, if you want me to go, you need to show me. And through prayer, He showed me that, yes, Carol, I do want you to go on this medical missions trip and I will use you. One highlight that has really played a part in my heart from this missions trip is our experience with a gentleman by the name of Ephraim.
He lived in the next village over, and I imagine it was no small feat to get him physically to the clinic building. He had had a stroke and was walking with a cane, and so it took him quite a while to get around.
Ephraim came into the clinic without a ticket. This was a kind of a special story in the sense that in order to get an appointment at these medical clinics, you have to get a ticket.
Jorge's pretty strict when it comes to having a ticket to be seen in clinic, and so I know that his sister had come and asked, will you see him? And Jorge had told her, no, we won't see him, he doesn't have a ticket. And her being persistent, she said, well, I'm going to bring him anyway and just believe that he's going to get in and be seen. And so she brought him, and you know, Jorge said, I'm sorry, you don't have a ticket, you're not going to be able to be seen.
The sister said, please just look at him. Jorge agreed to do that, and he looked at what this gentleman was facing. He consulted with Mary Jo, and the two of them together decided that yes, we definitely do need to see Ephraim.
The procedure went well. We took the growth off his back. It ended up being about 1.5 inch incision.
In this particular situation, my medical background did not matter, because what I did during that 20 minutes or so in surgery is I just sat at his bedside and I held his hand. And that was so important to him, and it was important to me also.
After his procedure was all done, Jorge came to me and he said, if you came for no other reason, this is it.
Each individual that comes and visits the clinic, we don't just look at it as an opportunity to serve them on a medical level or a physical level, but we also look at this as an opportunity to connect with them on a spiritual level. Each individual that came through the clinic, Ephraim and everybody else, at the end we sent them off not only with healing, but also with the love of Jesus and a special prayer for that individual.